Hello guys. So this video is for my group that I made for Black Hawk Down Rescue Mission 5 or Black Hawk Rescue Mission 5. Excuse me. I made this group just because I thought it would be nice to have my own group for people to be in. The group is a Spetsnaz group, and this video is if you want to join it, and if you do, here's the guide for it. So first, I just want to explain what we do. We'll just do some simple missions all around here. For example, maybe going up to the mountain to get some stuff, to get those bags to return to command center. We can also go to desert, Ronograd, basically anywhere. We might do special operations, which will include going at night to the aircraft carrier and then choosing a spot to fly to. One thing that we'll definitely need in this group is a 5-star, so that way we can at least have one person on the A-10 Warthog, so that way they can provide fire support. Now, there is a dress code, but this is probably the world's most relaxed, simple, easy, not so strict dress code at all that really is so simple and easy and so cheap. When joining this group, you should have no problem in this. So I'm going to go into menu and show you this. So if you're wondering, this is the whole dress code. A gorka, or what this is actually called for this, the FSB Vimpel, which our group is actually Spetsnaz Vimpel. No, you really can just wear any base uniform you want. I'm using the Vimpel just because I think that looks good because it's a Gorka and that's a Spetsnaz uniform. Helmet, any helmet or hat you want. So like, it can really be the Alton, anything really. Hats, any hat at all, it doesn't matter at all. So vest, no rule, or there is one thing you need to have on your vest, and that is the dress code. And if you're wondering, that is the Russian flag patch. That is literally it. Just put the patch on and you're good to go. And a patch is only $50, so you're really fine. Like, look, so this is my loadout I have for America. So let's say you have something like this and you don't want to take the work into changing all of it. Just buy, if you don't already have it, just buy the Russian patch and put it on. So if you're not in an operation in the group, you can just switch it up to that. Like, that's literally all we want. Just anything that's Russian, even just the patch alone, will work for any large event that we're doing. I'll have the link to the server down in the description. Now, for weapons, use what you want. It doesn't matter. Like, for real, use what you want. Use what you use. For something, if you want to go for something a little more Russian-y, it really just depends. Again, I'm using this, but I'm actually going to switch over to the AKS-70 for you, just because, in my opinion, this is better. Of course, that. So, if you want to look for something Russian, something like this will work. If you don't care about night vision or any of that, you can wear an Alton. I'm guessing that probably puts more protection. Maybe, so this isn't required, but it would be good to have a balaclava or a ski mask, a scarf, no. So basically anything that'll cover your face at least, if you want. It's not required, but it's preferred because that's a Russian thing. That's something in the Russian military, to cover up your face with a ski mask, or as what they're known to Russia, balaclava. Secondary, again, any gun you want. I'm just using a Makarov just because I just like a Makarov. I think the Makarov looks cool. Keep in mind, guys, the Makarov is like literally just a remake of the PPK, and the PPK is a James Bond gun. So I mean, if you want a James Bond gun, then the Makarov is perfect for that. But that's really anything you need. I mean, definitely if we're gonna do some night operations, I may ask if you can try and go for a little more of a darker loadout like this. As you can see, it's very dark, kind of like Black Ops, almost like night gear and all that. So that is really basically what we need. Now I'm going to play out how a major operation would work right now. So I'm just gonna go get the little bird for now. I'm just gonna use the little bird for this part. So there. So any major operation that we do will play out like this. Now I would tell this guy to get out, but then again, I'm not that type of person. It's kind of like his kind of unfortunate thing. So now that's up. So keep in mind, just like even if you see this video and you come across me in my group, you can join the squad. I mean, not like join the Discord group, but like you can like choose the red, whichever color we are, and we won't care at all. So right here, so we'll usually go to the briefing room and then I'll explain what happens. So we may have tryouts if you want to be like, maybe I might do a like special forces kind of. Like already Spetsnaz is special, but like maybe using here just for like training or a tryout for like a special force. So usually a mission will play out like this. We'll go from here to our aircraft carrier right there, and if we have someone with the A-10 Warthog, we'll ask them to use the A-10s from here in order so that way, let's say we're probably gonna do it from Ronograd. From there, we can go to Ronograd and basically have air support at all times, and maybe we're going to that base. That way we can have any of that, because the aircraft carrier is a really good spot, so then that way we can get to any of these places quickly. Usually I've seen people do this. They'll go from the aircraft carrier to here. That is pretty much pointless. Go from the main air base there. So now I'm going to play out how this operation would usually work for us. Alright? So I'm going to hop in this and then go to my Chinook, because the Chinook is 10 times better than this. So usually if we're coming back from a small mission, then, you know, simply maybe if we're going to do a large event like that, we're going to do some briefing. Then we're going to go over here to get more supplies so we can be ready for a mission. And then from there, I'll spawn in. If any of us have large helicopters like a Chinook, Sea Stallion, or Blackhawk, usually get one of these in. Then usually, preferably if we're doing anything night, flyers have night vision, just so that way we can see, that way they can see a lot better. So then a good thing to use is fly out to El Charo, or the desert town, from here. So it's just gonna be right over here. So then from there you're gonna use this as kind of like a point of origin and go straight out here, I'm guessing. Yeah, so from here, and then if you keep flying, then get to the aircraft carrier. So with the power of editing, once I will cut to when I get to the aircraft carrier. Alright guys, so new plan. On the way there, I kind of crashed. So now we're gonna use Ronograd as kind of like a point of origin, which probably isn't a good idea if it's being captured by the enemy, because then they'll shoot missiles out. They'll shoot SAMs out to us. If you saw my last video on this game, you'll see that they shoot missiles or SAMs. So this is what the aircraft carrier looks like. It looks like an aircraft carrier. Duh. Because it's an aircraft carrier and you should all know that if you're playing this game. So pretty much, we're gonna land anywhere, really. I mean, so then we would get here. Any A-10 pilot that didn't really get the A-10 or flew out with us on the helicopter will come here. And so just over here is where the A-10 will spawn. So, really, alright, so usually the way something will play out would be we would either do ground landings, or if there's like a ton of soldiers down on ground, for example Ronograd, depending on how big our group is going to be, we're going to use the helicopter, a helicopter or multiple. It depends really. It doesn't matter about the group really, it just matters about what the situation is. So, but it would look a lot cooler if we had multiple helicopters. So sometimes we might do rappelling, where you will rappel from the helicopter down to the city, or a more, I was going to say airborne, but this is literally an airborne approach. Literally just fly out over, stop, and then open this up, and then you guys would go down, and if someone is on the gun, then whoever's on the gun will stay on the gun in order to provide support on the ground if needed. So I'm just gonna go over there. So yeah, that is the guide and also advertisement. I don't want to call it an advertisement, but that's literally what this is. To this group, really. So if you're interested and you want to join, click the link down in the description below. And once you're in the Discord server and I see that, I just want your Roblox username, and at that point, literally just, you're in it. I just need, you're basically, so if we're doing a large event, I will always post a link to my profile. Then with my profile, you're going to, so then I'm gonna need you guys to friend me on Roblox in order, so that way you can basically kind of like join my game if we're ever doing some event like this, or friend someone who is in the event. So maybe friend someone who's friends with me or anything like that. So if you're in the server, just openly tell people. If you have already friended me, just tell them, hey, I've friended Not So Narwhal Gaming 32. So you can just friend me if you want. And so that way I'll get into a server with him and you'll get into a server with me because I'm in a server with him. So if you're in the server with me and I'm in the server with him, then we're both in the same server. I just really explained that in a way that was overly complicated. So yeah, I hope this group does do well. I'm probably going to make a special forces and do tryouts. If I ever say go to the briefing room or any other high-ranking official, like my friends basically, then they will, then if it's only a certain group of people, then a certain group of people go. If it's everyone, they didn't say like, blah 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 go there, or if we split up into squads and say, squad yellow come to the briefing room. If we just say, Spetsnaz come to the briefing room, or come to the briefing room guys, then that means go to the briefing room. So yeah, goodbye, and I hope you join.